Hello guys, and for this video we talk about Resident Evil 4 Remake, both the good things and the bad things about it. Original, but yeah, remember to like, comment and subscribe and let's get into the video.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Now the gameplay, as expected of these recent Capcom games is really seamless and solid. Like shooting feels great both visually with how you see the bullets coming out and also in terms of audio, where the guns are like super loud and explosive. It's really cool to see. Like listen to the shotgun and the SMG sounds and then you see what I mean. The movement felt pretty good and smooth, like Leon felt pretty good to control, and because of that I felt like Mechakcha Kakui agent, like doing the parrying chainsaw for the first time was like they're actually insane to do. There was also him doing the melee kicks and the backflips was, completely unnecessary. It was so Tanoshi to experience, it actually was. He might actually be one of the Yagis in terms of doing unnecessary movements, like kind of like Spider-Man does quite often. I was wishing, however, so wishing that there was a dedicated dodge button that you could use to just dodge attacks in general, because it was kind of annoying and felt kind of clunky to just run past them. It was definitely Meiwaku, especially at the side show, not be able to have it outside of specific boss battles that you could use the evade movement. So the general consensus is that the remake plays a lot better than the original, but if that is not the case, watashi negotiated in the comments, because like I said in the start, I don't have the original to compare it to, so I don't actually know how good it is compared to that. The graphics though, they are more crazy. Like just look at this Keshki. Like that's more, not anything else needs to be said. I don't even think I need to say anything else about it. Just look at the sunset here. It looks so nice. The RE engine is just too good at looking nice. One thing I gotta talk about though is the shooting range. Like, Hontoni, it was an insane experience to do all of those and get S rank for all of them. Like for the most part, it wasn't too bad, but oh my god, the last set of challenges was like actually super yabai. It was like I literally spent like 40 or so minutes on it because I had to be like pixel kampeki in order to get enough score to pass it. It was actually super tough. But you know what made it easier to bear? The music. Oh my god, the ongaku for the shooting range is just sublime, exquisite, sugoi, any of these other fancy adjectives that you want to use. Like seriously, I would recommend you guys to do it if you haven't played the game, to try and get a high score, because you can get some pretty cool rewards as well, like the charms that can give you some benefits, like discounts on weapon upgrades or a higher chance of getting more ammo when crafting ammo. So you do get a fun and challenging experience with the rewards at the end. And some waku waku na music on top of it. Like, what more do you need? If you play this game, I would highly recommend you try out because it was actually insane. Like, take a little listen at the music. I might as well show you guys. It's actually so good. The story for RE4 overall was pretty omoshiroi, in my opinion. Whilst it's not the most unique story in the world or anything, it is a story that was made in 2005, so I can't be too annoying about that. But in short, the Hanashi is about Leon Kennedy, previously a cop in RE2, and he's now a master of one-liner coolness.
Sorry, didn't realize that was yours. Flatter. But I'm a one-lady type of guy. Let myself out. Asked later.
Got hired by the government, and for this Din move, he needs to save the president's daughter. And the main thing I liked for this overall story is that the characters and how they actually hanasu to each other. Like Leon and Ashi's banter during cutscenes later on in the story, but even during the gameplay, like when you're solving puzzles and stuff, is really fun to experience.
You do a lot of missions like this?
Well, yeah, but I'm not used to having such.
Is that a compliment?
Take it however you want.
Shout out to Luis, my boy. That guy was so fun to see on screen. His interaction with Leon was so fun. Also, shout out to Ada. She's also the GOAT as well. One of my friends who said Ada is one of her favorite characters forgot her name. Still can't believe that happened. I actually still cannot believe it. That is crazy. But I can't lie, even though as a character she's really cool, I really like her character. In gameplay, she was very, very annoying to deal with. Mainly at the beginning. As the game went on, it wasn't too bad. But she was so annoying to deal with pretty much the whole time throughout the game. And the worst thing I think is that your actions actually affect her. So if you throw a grenade near her, for example, or if you shoot near her or shoot at her, she actually takes damage. And I was like, what? I remember when that happened the first time. I was like actually shocked. I was like, what the hell? Your actions can actually affect it too, because normally in games like your NPC ally doesn't really get affected by your actions, right? So I was like, oh shit, I gotta take care of this too. Be careful of this too. It was so long.
Sorry.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Now, in terms of the villains, I thought overall they were fine. Like I really liked Krauser because of his personal relation to Leon, how he trained him. Now he's become bad because of he feels that the government betrayed him, so he wants the power to be able to stop that happening again and stop lives being wasted. I thought he was very, very interesting, mainly because he has that personal connection. But I thought like Ramon and Sadler, they were fine. I heard in the original, and actually I saw clips as well, that they would take over like your radio calls, so there would be like a constant threat that you would encounter throughout the game. But in this one, you don't really see the like Ramon and Sadler that much, so you don't really like become scared of them or attached to them or anything like that. They kind of show up here and there and then just say like the normal villain dialogue and then they kind of leave. So those two were okay, but I think Krauser was a really good one. The last thing I want to do and talk about the story is just glaze Leon real quick. This guy might be a Densetsu. He's just so cool. He's so cool. Like his one-liners, like I showed before, his moves. You know, he's a good-looking guy, very ikemen as well. Like everything about him and his vibe for the whole game. Like he's more serious in this one than the original, from what I've heard. But even then, he's quite cheesy, and he's just very fun protagonist to play as in this like pretty serious and kind of horrible situation. Like he is cheesy, but he's just cool all the same. He balances it quite well, I think.
Bruh.
Now, if we want to talk about stuff outside of the core gameplay and the story, I also want to talk about the puzzles as well, because the general opinion that I saw was that the puzzles weren't too difficult. Even like Moish Kriegel said, like these puzzles were so easy for him. So I didn't expect it to be that difficult, but when I actually played the game, this one, for example, took me like 20 minutes to do. It was so difficult. I didn't know how to figure this one out. And then the one on screen now took me like a good hour to do, because I just could not get the shapes in the right formation. I just could not understand how it worked. So I didn't expect an action survival horror game like this that's so action heavy as well to make me have to think this much. It was fun. It's not like it wasn't fun, but it just made me think a lot more than I thought it would. So it was just something that I thought I'd mention. So in summary, as a Genzai Tekina fan, Resident Evil 4 is a pretty bizarre story in the way that it combines the cheesiness and the serious tones together. But it was a super fun action game and survival horror. I can understand why it impacted the game in the industry so massively back then. Obviously I didn't play the original back then, so I don't feel the impact, but I can definitely from this game and how it is understand why it impacted the industry the way it did. And I think that the fluid control shooting movement, they really emphasize Leon's sort of training for the 6 years that he's been training in the military, like they tell you in the beginning of the story. I think that fluid movement just felt so good to play. That's why the game was fun to play the whole time, throughout the whole game. I do have some issues, obviously, like I said, with the villains being kind of meh, stuff like that. But overall, it's a very, very Sugoi game. I would definitely also submit to you guys. But yeah, thanks for watching. I would really appreciate if you could like, comment, subscribe to YouTube stuff, because it would help out a small channel like mine. Yeah, have a good day. Tanoshinde kudasai. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.